Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. And if you're new to the channel, well, thank you as always for checking it out. The guy on the couch is back, the no frills dude. Just want to talk today about the Nintendo Game Boy, and it's kind of my favorite console. I know it's not a console, but it is a handheld. I know, but it's my favorite. And in this video, I'm going to discuss why. And I'm also going to cover at first a couple titles in the beginning that were extremely impactful to me. And the rest of the titles will just be some of my favorites. So probably will maybe 10. We'll touch probably about 10. So this video's not too long. But yeah, let's dive into some Game Boy and why I love the Game Boy. And as always, thanks for watching.
They said it wasn't humanly possible, but now you can have all the power and excitement of Nintendo right in the palm of your hand. Introducing Game Boy. It's portable, it's in stereo, and its games are interchangeable. Plus, Game Boy comes with the outrageous new game, Tetris. And for head-to-head competition, use the revolutionary video link and blow your opponent away. Game Boy, only from Nintendo. Now you're playing with power, portable power.
Alright, well, here we go. Jumping into Tetris. I left off on my last video with you all hanging. If you watched my gaming in the 80s video, I just plugged in Tetris at the end. Didn't say why, but this is why. Is because it was the first game I ever got because it came with the first console I ever got as a child. Wanted a console, we just couldn't afford them. It's not because we were broke or anything like that. It's just, you know, raising 4 kids, and economically at the time it just wasn't in the cards to have something like a big purchase item like a Nintendo or a Sega Master System or anything that was out at that time. So when I finally got this, it was a huge surprise. My mom, she was like, is this it? Is this the one? And I was like, what? And she handed it to me, and we got it that day. And dude, super emotional over it. I threw in this game next with Tetris. The first 3 games, like I said, were very impactful for me. And you know, Tetris being the pack-in, I played for months and months on end. And this one I put in next after that because this is the first game that we could afford finally, after waiting, you know, as long as we had to be able to purchase a game. And man, of course I'm gonna pick Batman. I mean, when this game came out, this was, you know, Batman fever had just gripped the nation, and so of course I see a game that has Batman in it, and it's like, well, if I'm gonna get a first game, I've got to get Batman. So and this is also important to me because this is the first video game I ever beat, so it means a lot to me that I was able to finally conquer a game at that age. And I still remember jumping around like a huge idiot in the living room when I beat this game. And also, if you watch the Game Closet, Dr. Scott had me in one of his videos, and in that video, the question was, what is probably, you know, your favorite game of all time? And I picked this one. Every time I'm asked what game is my favorite of all time, I pick Batman for the Game Boy. Because of that reason, because it was the first game that I was able to get after Tetris, and it's the first game I've ever beaten, and that just led me down an amazing path. And this was the 3rd game that I was able to get when I was younger, and it's not on a lot of people's radar, I don't think, but this is Heinkyle Alien, and I love it. It's one of those types of games where you have to outwit these aliens. You need to bury them. They've invaded your village. You need to get rid of them. I guess burying them gets rid of them forever. I don't know. But yeah, this one was special to me because I don't know, a lot of my friends made fun of me when I showed them that I got this, and I don't know, I love the box art and it looked interesting to me, and when I started playing it, I thought it was just a really fun game. Also, this one comes with the original version as well, too, which is crazy to see the drastic differences between the two. So I thought that's kind of neat that came on the cartridge as well. So, but this is a fun one, and I'm lucky I reacquired it recently at Torg Gaming Expo. My friend Gene from Caps Off Gaming, he pushed me to get it because I was kind of him-hawing about spending $24. And the lady was like, all right, 20. And I was like, all right. And then I got it. So I don't know why I was cheaping out, man. I should have just bought it at 24, but really glad I got it back though. Golf, this is another funny one that I almost for sure none of you expected to see this on the list of Game Boy games. But these are early games that I acquired, and this is one of them. I saw Mario on the box, and I've never played a golf game before, and I thought, man, this could be a fun game, and it is. It's not bad. I still play this actually to this day, especially on the go. It's it's not gonna amaze you or wow you in any way that most of these modern golf games will, but simplicity sometimes is good, and this one definitely has that factor to it. Now, unfortunately, I recorded way too much footage for this, and I'm sure you guys have all caught on by now too that I've used emulator to show these games because, well, I can't hook up a Game Boy to the computer that I know of, anyways. And I definitely over-recorded for this one. I put too many shots in here. And at some point, maybe when I stop rambling, you can just fast forward through the rest of this and go to the next game. I'm telling you, man, every video I make, I always do something goofy and forget to do something, or I don't know. It's a never-ending learning process. So I appreciate you all sticking it out with the no frills dude. It's gonna bite me in the butt one of these days because I keep saying no frills, and then the unsubscribers. I feel it coming. But you deserve to. You deserve to leave this channel if you have to. Alright, I promise this should be the last shot. God almighty, why did I record so much of that? Alright, Super Mario Land, of course, another early impacting game for me. A lot of people, I think they were kind of disappointed with this one, mostly because I guess the music was different. It didn't have that normal Mario feel from the NES, but I think that's what makes it great though. I think it's nice to have something different. They tried something different and it actually worked. This is a game I can definitely sit down and beat in one sitting, and I think that the vehicles that they add in here are also pretty fun as well, especially the underwater ones. But this is one that I can go back and play a lot and see if I can finish the game with even more lives and a higher score every time. Just give me something to do, challenge-wise. Alright, yeah, of course I'm gonna throw on some Ninja Turtles. Dude, I love this game, man. There's I think 4 for the Game Boy altogether, maybe it's 3. But I think they're all great. And this one was the one I first started with. And of course I pick Donatello. If you've watched my channel or followed me on Facebook, you know I'm a huge Donatello fan, and so of course I pick him every time. But you can beat this game too in one sitting if you manage the life meter, because there's tons of chances to get pizza power-ups, and then you're juggling 4 turtles. So I mean, just get as far as you can with each turtle. It should carry you all the way to the end. So I've beating this usually every time I play it when I sit down and play it, so definitely a fun one though. Alright, I left the beginning of this one in, man, because look at those little gators, man. Dude, they're living the life. I think they're so cool, man. This is not, like, the best pinball game you'll ever play in your entire life, but, dude, I love it, man. I love the simplicity of this one. The music's cool, and I like this one a lot because this is one of, like, several games for the Game Boy that you can actually hook up the Comlink to another Game Boy and you can play against your friends. And I've spent tons of time playing this one, man, when I was younger. I don't play as much now as I'm older. Every now and then I'll fire it up just for nostalgia reasons. But, dude, this game, man, I don't know. I still love it. Alright, and then here's one I always like almost blurt out Excitebike every time, but this is Motocross Maniacs. And this is another fun one, man. This is one I play a lot when I was younger and still today. Just, man, I don't know, it's just fun, dude. It's just, you know, you gotta manage your nitrous accordingly and watch that clock, and there's been a few levels, man, where I've completely just run out of nitrous and I'm just stuck because you can't make these kind of jumps and you can't get more nitrous, and you just have to sit there like an idiot and wait for the timer to run out and then start over. But it's still fun though, man. This is definitely one that's worth a go. Alright, and the last one I just threw in there is Super Mario, the 6 golden coins. Super Mario Land 2, I think it's called. Yeah, this is another one though, man. You can see how far the graphics have come since Super Mario Land. And man, just it's another fun one. Great music, and I can sit and play this one for a couple days and beat it. Usually, it's a couple days. It's pretty massive with the worlds and stuff and the different levels. So, but yeah, this is a great one. I was so glad to have this, and still glad today to have it in my collection. All right, well, that's the few picks that I threw in there, plus, of course, the beginning and why this was so impactful for me, why I love the Game Boy. So, well, there you have it, the Game Boy, and why I love it so much. Just, man, it makes me, it almost makes me sad, but not, I'm not going to show that kind of emotion in this video, but, just like I said in the video, that we didn't have a lot of money growing up. It was just tight, and it's just because it was just the way it was. It wasn't because anything that we weren't trying as a family to do or anything. Just things were tough economically, and we were fed. We had clothes. My parents, they bought us stuff from our Christmas lists. We didn't go without, so it wasn't some terrible woe is me childhood. Just, certain big purchases, as you're an adult now, you see now your parents, why they had to do what they had to do. Because sometimes, you got to keep the lights on, you got to keep the kids fed, and you got to keep them clothed, and, just other things just start becoming priorities. So, but for me to get this Game Boy when we were, pretty tight on funds, I just, to this day, man, it just means so much to me. My mom, I can never thank her enough. It literally, like I said, it's gonna be my favorite of all time. The game Batman, the 1989 movie Game Boy game, will be my favorite game of all time because it was the first game we could afford outside of Tetris, and it was also the first game I ever beat. So yeah, I just thought I'd share with you, if you made it this far in the video and you're still watching, I just thought I'd share with you why the Game Boy is so impactful for me, and those 3 titles I mentioned in the beginning. I believe it's 3. Yeah, I just, let me know though in the comments, do you have anything that was like super impactful? Did you get something as a kid? It could be anything. I mean, there was something that set you off to a love or a passion that, your parents or maybe you discovered yourself. Let me know in the comments. Let me know if you have any favorite Game Boy games, games that maybe I missed, because you obviously may or may not agree with my list, but these are games that I love that I think are great. So it doesn't, it's not like I'm telling everyone you need to go get these games. These games are amazing. Everything else sucks. I don't do that. But yeah, as always, I can't thank you enough for watching. Everyone that watches, man, it just means the world to me because this is just a fun thing I like to do. And I think what I keep saying in all my videos, I think I'm just going to keep saying it, but we're all just looking for the next thing to play. So game on, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.